As a kid, I once asked my mom who was the richest man in the world. To which she responded, the man who wakes up for prayer every morning. What kind of an answer is that? Oh, it's not Bill Gates, it's the guy who wakes up for prayer. But 10 years later, I realized that she was right in a sense, because money is tied to the freedoms that it gives you. And I promise you that statement will make sense later on. I wanna first break down all of my income streams and total compensation at 22 years old. Not to brag. I was born to flex. No, it's because I gained a lot of value watching other people be honest about their salary and their income streams to know what I should expect going into the real world and what avenues I wanted to go down in the future. So this video will help you out in the same exact way, and let's get it. My main source of income comes from my full-time job as a software engineer. Written in my offer letter, I take home a salary of $10,000 per month and receive $30,000 worth of RSUs every single year. RSUs just mean company stock. I get that money as a lump sum at the end of my first year and then per quarter following that. I also receive some additional compensation, a cash bonus of $1,000 and 15,000 RSUs. Not because I worked hard, because like, oh, we have some money lying around. Like, oh, do you want some? Yeah, I'll take it. A few other things to point out, I get a 100% 401k match for up to 6% of my income, which I take full advantage of. So that's an extra $600 per month going into my 401k. And I get $450 per quarter to spend on wellness, which is anything from gym memberships to massages to movie tickets. And I have all expenses paid when I'm flying to California for on-sites, which was 3 times this year for about a week each. They'll cover everything from hotels to Ubers to food, etc. I even racked up $113 laundry bill at one of the hotels, and the company covered it. And there's tons of little tiny benefits: dental, vision, healthcare, even childcare. I saw in an internal doc, if you add in all of my total compensation for my first year, it came out to $215,000. However, there are some caveats to this that you should be aware of. Firstly, I received a $20,000 sign-on bonus last December, and that is included in this year's total compensation. Additionally, RSUs, their value is set on the date you receive them, but you cannot sell them for 1 year after. It's best to wait 2 years to avoid heavy capital gains taxes. So in that 1 to 2 year period since you get them, their value can change a lot. And right now, the stock market's down, my company's stock is down pretty bad, so my $45,000 worth of RSUs is now like 17 grand. But in general, this is the bulk of my income, and it shot up drastically from last year. Last year I was an intern only making like 35 bucks an hour. Alhamdulillah, money's good on this side. And the other thing to note is that I'm able to work from home and even remotely if I choose to. And I work on the DevOps team where I manage the virtual infrastructure that all the developers and engineers execute their code on. And all this money I'm talking about, salary in this entire video, is before taxes. And you and I both know taxation is theft. Now, my second source of income came from selling a physical product, both on Amazon and on Etsy, the ZenQuil index card and pen holder. For some background on what the hell this is and how I got into selling it, the story goes like this. Back during the lockdowns, this niche of desk setups on YouTube was exploding, where all these ultra rich YouTubers would be like, oh, here's my $1,000 curved monitor and my $800 standing desk. We're sitting there like brokies, like my IKEA desk table and like $10 wireless mouse. There was a company sponsoring these videos, Analog, who was selling this wooden index card holder for $60. I don't know who's buying it at $60, but they were banking $30,000 per week on this one product alone. So I decided I was gonna make my own version of the product. Now I'm gonna get filthy rich. So I learned AutoCAD, a 3D modeling software, to design my own version. I tested out dozens of prototypes made from plastic. I found the perfect dimensions and added a pen holder. Also, I custom designed the index card, found a company name, created a logo, and bought a website. And then I reached out to companies in China through Alibaba, make me some samples and test out different wood types. Worked with them to find the highest quality index cards. I found the best ones, made a purchase order from them, sent a shipment to Amazon, kept some at home to ship from Etsy. And 9 months later, the finished products made me $711 on Amazon and $211 on Etsy, which sounds, okay, except when you realize that I spent $4,300 on inventory, about $250 on fees, $400 on advertising, $500 on the 3D prototypes and startup costs. And then Amazon mismatched the products. They were selling the bamboo ones as walnut ones, which caused so many people to return them that Amazon banned me. And sure, I could have kept selling on Etsy and made 15, 20 grand over the next few months. Because of a lot of different reasons, I decided to call it quits on this project. But the biggest insight I learned from this is you cannot focus on 2 businesses at once. I tried to split my time between this and YouTube. Because of that, I ultimately just failed at both. So it sucks to have wasted about 10 grand and 160 hours worth of time. Ultimately, I am glad that I shot the gun and took the risk on this, and I did learn a ton of valuable insights. Now on to YouTube. Made about 15 grand over the past year from Google AdSense, with my top 3 earners being I Quit Sugar, Best of Jordan Peterson, and Andrew Huberman's daily routine. And FYI, views and money earned are not exactly correlated. Certain niches pay much higher on YouTube than other ones. For example, one of my videos on building an IKEA desk has made me $20 this past year. But if I made a video about e-commerce or drop shipping that had the exact same amount of views, it would have easily been 10 grand. On top of that, I made $2,500 as an Amazon affiliate. This is when I have unique links for Amazon products. And when someone clicks on that link and buys anything on Amazon within some amount of time, I make a small commission. I personally like this. I can make money pretty passively from it. I don't have to waste your time with some dumb sponsor like, oh, Raid Shadow Legends or Raycon earbuds, just absolute garbage products. All of these links are in my kits, which are linked in the description and pinned comment. And the kits are made up of products that I highly use and recommend. The most common thing I sold is a sunrise alarm clock because of this video. But additionally, people have clicked on my links and just bought random stuff on Amazon, some history of Japanese art book, water-based lubricant, lactose intolerant relief pill. And then lastly, this year I did offer one-on-one meetings from people ranging between $50 to $100 per hour, and I made $250. However, I stopped this relatively quickly because I wanted to link less of my time to my money. You know the saying, if you can't make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So I want to focus more on making money through AdSense and through affiliate links and other things like that. But the most important lesson I learned this past year, YouTube money is different from other types of money because it comes with 3 different freedoms that other money doesn't normally have. And the first one is location freedom. You can make YouTube videos from anywhere in the entire world. You're not bound to one place. Secondly is time freedom. If I make a video, as long as that video exists, it is bringing in money to me. And lastly, you have independence freedom. You control how little you work, how much you want to work, what time you want to start working. You don't have a boss over your head. You're not set with a salary. If you work more and you put more effort and energy, you'll make more money. There's no cap on how much you can make or what your minimums are. Sure, CEOs and NFL players make a ton of money, but they mostly have somebody telling them what to do or a board telling them what to do. There's things they can't do or say. They have a set salary. There's exceptions to this, obviously, but you generally get what I'm trying to say. And of course, there are some caveats with YouTube too. They have their own rules and conditions. I can't make videos saying men can't get pregnant because I get demonetized pretty quick if I started doing that stuff. So it's not completely independent freedom, but you get more than you would almost any other job in the world. You should consider that as well. When you're looking at what revenue or avenue stream you want to go down, ask yourself, what freedoms will this give me? Another income stream of mine is dividends from stock. I have all the stock I own sitting in a Roth IRA, which is a tax-free retirement tool. Money gets taxed before you put it in. But I have about 25 grand in there and I made about $416 this year in dividends. People also count the increased value of their stock as an income stream, but I don't because you have to sell that to count it as income and I don't want to sell that stock right now. Now the next income stream is getting cash back from my credit and debit cards and also getting interest from my savings and checking account. I get 5% back with the Amazon store card, 2% back with the Citi double cash back, and 1% back with the Discovered debit. And the total amount of cash back I got back from all of these was $940 in the past year. Now I could be more aggressive with this. I have a 5% back at Target, 3% back on restaurants, 3% back on gas, but to keep my life simple, almost everything I buy is on Amazon. Everything else, I just use the Citi double cash back. And if they really don't take credit cards, then I'll just use my Discovered debit. Now in terms of interest, I do have a high yield savings account and I get interest on my checking account. However, it's a very, very tiny amount because honestly, I just spend all the money I have. Money is made to be spent, so money flies out of there pretty quick. On top of just, trying to start up businesses and make things happen to make more money. And since they're printing new money every day, a lot more recently, I know that I'm gonna make a lot of money in the future. I'm not too worried about saving all the time. Obviously have your 3 to 6 months emergency fund and all that good other basic stuff. Anyway, got sidetracked there for a second. In my religion, I cannot take interest, so I have to either give it back to the bank or I would have to donate it to some good cause or something. Another income stream this year was from selling crypto. I sold all of my crypto. It was only a couple grand. I made about $350 in profit. And honestly, that was just because I got to a point where I was very low on cash. I had less than like 7 or 8 grand in my account because I just put like 4 grand towards the Amazon FBA inventory, 4 grand on my LASIK surgery. I just went scuba diving in Mexico. Money was short. I wanted to sell my crypto so I wouldn't have to worry about it. My last income stream came from selling stuff I didn't need. In my apartment complex, every day I'll go for my morning walk in the park next door. I actually recommend going for a morning walk. It's good to get vitamin D in your system. You're definitely vitamin D deficient. If you can, try to get sunlight on your balls too. It's very good for helping your testosterone increase, but don't walk around with your balls out in the park. And I noticed all these big like U-Hauls and these massive moving trucks coming in. And people just have the most useless garbage in there, just unimaginable trash. Like, oh, moving to our 1-bedroom apartment, let's make sure to get our bed frame, our chester, our side tables, our drawer unit, our coffee table, our couches, our TV stand, our console stand, media cabinet. So every time I see that, I just feel the urge to sell something. So this year I sold a ton of camera gear I wasn't using, my TV, a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, and I made about $980 from selling all that. So those are all of my income streams at 22 years old. All the notable ones, at least. There's a few smaller ones that just be a waste of time to talk about. And the biggest lessons I learned this year in terms of money was to, 1, focus on one stream of income and explode it before you start diversifying into other streams of income. And secondly, that stream you are going to explode, make sure it's the one that gives you the most amount of freedoms: time freedom, location freedom, independence freedom. And these lessons were deeper expanded to me by MJ DeMarco and Naval Ravikant. Naval Ravikant is a big-time Silicon Valley investor, and MJ DeMarco wrote the best-selling book, The Millionaire Fast Lane. They explain it as find a boat that's heading in the right direction. Right direction means giving you the most amount of freedoms, not some boat heading towards a 9-to-5 corporate life. So get in the right boat and just start pedaling as fast as you can to make that money. Because in the world we live in today, making money is not easy, but it can be done relatively quickly compared to in the past. And if you're smart enough to go to a good college, or get good grades, or do well in school, or work hard at your job, or climb the corporate ladder. Like, I have cousins who are very smart, you know, the typical brown kids who are literally touring Harvard and Columbia, thinking about going there. And I'm telling them, if you're smart enough to go to these Ivy League schools, you're smart enough to make a lot more money than that online, and a lot faster. So I hope you did take some insights away from this video and enjoyed it. Also, IRS, if you're watching this, none of these numbers are real. They're all for comedic purposes. There's no need to audit me or anything. Everything on my tax returns, that's what valid. But I hope you did enjoy this video. If you want to learn more about health and success, subscribe and check out the cool links in the description below, like signing up for my weekly newsletter, and check out this video as well. I think you just might like it. Wishing you all the best, and I'll catch you in the next one.